Today we're going to be talking about stem and leaf plots. Now, stem and leaf plots are pretty basic, and this should be a review of this idea. It's just a great way to organize a big set of data. Yesterday we talked about how to organize data with mean, median, mode, and range. Today we're just going to talk about another way with the stem and leaf plot. So on every stem and leaf plot, there's a stem side and a leaf side. So we have raffle tickets sold per student. So we have a specific set of data. Now, if I were to take this now, the leaf holds the ones digit of the number, and the stem holds the digits to the left of the leaf, usually the tens and the hundreds. So in this case, you would read these numbers as 40, 51, 55, 66, 66, 66, 68, 69, so on and so forth. Okay? So this would be your 10 spot, this would be your 1 spot. Okay? All right, now with every stem and leaf plot, you do need to make some type of key. Okay? This basically is just telling the person reading your stem and leaf plot how to read it. So in this case, we have 5, and you just write a line, 1 equals 51. That's all you have to do for a key. Just telling them that when you read this line, you should read it as 51. Okay? All right, so now using this stem and leaf plot, we can actually answer some different questions about this set of data. And it's really nice because with a stem and leaf plot, it's already organized from least to greatest. Okay? So we have, what was the least number of tickets sold? So our smallest number here is 40. Okay? What was the greatest number of tickets sold? Now, if we look at the bottom of our stem, well, we know it's going to be 80 something. Okay? And we look at the very end, and it's going to be 84. Okay? Now, when it says in which interval were most tickets sold, they're talking about which particular row. Okay, so in this case, we would say between 60 and 69. So in the 60s is where the most tickets were sold. And we can obviously see that because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tickets sold in that particular area. Okay? All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this wonderful set of data and we're going to go through the process of making a stem and leaf plot. All right, so I have this set of data, and this is hours spent on homework per week. So we have 10, 15, 34, 35, 21, 34, 33, 22, and 12. And we need to put them in order from smallest to largest. Alright, so our first step is going to be to put them in order from least to greatest. So our smallest number is 10. The next number is going to be 12, then 15, and 21, 22, 33, 34, 34, and 35. All right, now if we want to make our stem and leaf plot, the first thing we need to do is create the stems. Now we have a 1, a 10s, a 20s, and a 30s. So we're going to say 1, 2, and 3 as our stem. Now our leaf, we're going to do 0 for 10, 2 for 12, and 5 for 15. Same with the 20s, we're going to do 1 for 21, 2 for 22, and then the 3s, we're going to do 3 for 33, 4 for 34, and then 5 for 35. Alright, and we have to create our key. So in this case, I can just choose one. I'm just going to say 22, 1 equals 20. All right, now if we have two sets of data, if we have two different sets of data, we can actually create a a back-to-back stem and leaf plot. So in this case, it's a little bit more difficult to read, but you'll still um, get the gist of it. So we have the bears and we have the cougars. So our stem is in the middle. So we have the ones, the tens, the 20s, the 30s, and the 40s. And then you read it like this. So on the cougar side, you would have 18, 19, 22, 23, and so on. On the bears side, you would have 10, 11, 13, 14, 20, 22. Okay? So, and you can answer some questions about these back-to-back stem and leaf plots, like these down below. So we have which team had most results in the 20 to 29 point interval. So we can look at our 20 stem and we can say, well, the bears only had 2, but the cougars had 4. So in this case, the cougars. Which team has the most results in the 10 to 19 point interval? So we can look at our 10 spot. Well, the cougars had 2, the bears had 4. So in this case, the bears. Now, with our last question, we have which team had the highest scoring game? Well, we can look down all the way to our 40 spot. We can say, well, the Cougars had 44, but the Bears had 41, 45, and 46. So we would say the Bears at 46. All right. So that's all I have to say about stem and leaf plots. Be prepared to come in and work with them tomorrow. We're going to be doing a lot with these. Um, and if you have any questions, let me know tomorrow.